Hello, I'm Dany Leanza and I'm a game designer for Milestone, currently working on Ride 3. I mostly work on progression systems and core game loops, and I'm really pleased to be here today.
Hey guys, Gabriel from Cerealkillerz. We checked out Ride 3, the new game from Milestone. So let's start with the most basic question.
Yes.
What is Ride 3 about?
Sure. So, Ride 3 is the latest entry in the Ride franchise, and it's a series about racing and collecting the most iconic and powerful bikes on the market. And like we like to call it, it's a motorbike encyclopedia for all the two-wheel lovers out there.
Okay, like you mentioned, motorbike lovers.
Yes.
You also mentioned in the presentation a lot of feedback from the community.
Oh, yes.
Could you go into detail? What was the main points you got back from the previous titles?
Sure. So, as many may know, Milestone has recently changed engine. So we are using Unreal Engine, which gave us the opportunity to improve the series under many aspects. So you're going to experience more realism, better graphics, a better response from all the bikes in the game, but also thanks also to the great contribution of the community giving us feedback, you are going to find some new things that I'm sure are going to interest you, like, for example, the livery editor. So you're going to be creative into the game and share your creation with the whole community.
So could you go into detail what you could achieve with the new graphic engine, Unreal Engine?
Sure. So Unreal gave us the opportunity to introduce, for example, night races, which are going to look really beautiful on your screen. But also you can expect a new particle system, improved AI, new collision system, new physics. So it's all about the great possibilities that the engine gave us. Oh, and of course, you're going to experience also all the possibilities that the drone scanning technology gave to us. So you are going to find this really loyal reproduction of the most famous and iconic tracks all over the world into the game.
Okay. Could you go into detail with the tracks? What
Yes.
Tracks can people expect?
Sure. You're going to find the most famous licensed tracks, like, for example, Laguna Seca, Autodromo di Monza, but also you're going to find some country tracks and also city tracks. And we have recently released a video showing how our drone scanning technology works. So, for example, you can find out there Garda Lake and see how it's recreated. I'm sure that you will find plenty of choice in the game.
So how can people imagine working on a title like that? Do you all of you own your own bike, or are you all bike enthusiasts? Or
Yes. Milestone is a developer full of bike enthusiasts. I mean, you can recognize in Milan where our building is, because in the front of it there are lots of motorbikes parked there. And at any time of the year, so even in the coldest winter. And by the way, yes. I would say that thanks to the fact that many of our developers are real riders, we could really go in depth in how is to handle a very powerful bike. I mean, in fact, we have very varied tastes in motorbikes, so that really helped into delivering to our audience those feelings of being on your own ride, and of course also the importance of customizing it. So that played really a huge part into the making of the game.
so there are a lot of parts that could go wrong in the development, like the sound design, the graphics, the length of the campaign, or something like that. Is there anything you had trouble with, or in the development process, or was there anything that didn't work that well? Or?
Well, I would say that since we have recently adopted Unreal Engine, of course, that brings a lot of challenges to the development phase. I mean, it's not the first title we are releasing in Unreal Engine, But anyway, the point is that you cannot count on all the work you have done previously in the series. So that's the hardest part. But on the other hand, I think it's a huge opportunity to start from scratch and work on everything that you feel important, without necessarily bringing all the stuff you have done in the past. So yeah, a big challenge, but also a great opportunity.
Okay. So could you go into detail with the campaign of the game? Like, did you improve something there, or any new modes, any new?
Yes. Talking about the campaign, well, we got a lot of feedback from the player base about that, and this time around we want to try something different. And for example, we aim to provide to our players more freedom. And so in this entry of the series, you can expect that. I mean, we are collecting all the career events into volumes. So they are basically magazines, and they will have very specific themes. For example, the most iconic bikes of the 80s, or the most powerful sports bike. So things like that. And so you're going to experience your career going through these volumes. And you can either try to complete as many events as you can, and that will unlock to you new volumes for further challenges. Or if you want, you can try to complete all a series of volume to unlock very special volumes. So these special volumes will contain more interesting challenges, more powerful bikes. So you will have the chance in Ride 3 to taste a little bit of different pieces of history of motorbikes, and then focus on what really matters to you and what actually you want to become into the game world.
So when you're a beginner to the whole series or to bikes, especially, how do you get a tutorial for new gamers, or how do we introduce like new games into the series?
Well, we had to be aware of that. I mean, our play base is really varied, which means that, for example, we have lots of bike lovers who are kind of new to gaming, but we also have like hardcore gamers who are seeking for a new challenge or something, try something new. And you have to make room for both of them. I think that we accomplished that in Ride 3, and with this I mean that first of all, you are going to have to be able to customize your experience fully. That starts from setting the difficulty of the AI, but also the level of the physics of the game. So you can go full pro and expect a more in-depth control of your bike, or make use of the aids that we are putting to help you ride if you're not really experienced. Apart from that, we are going to provide in the career of the game some special events that are specifically tailored to teach you the basics of riding. So this will include different kind of bikes. So I guess that you can find that into the game. So a way to be introduced to the huge world of motorbikes without being necessarily, overwhelmed by the possibilities and the technicalism.
So maybe as last question, what was your personal favorite part to work on the game? Like, or when the game is out, what do you want people to look for in the game? Like one main part, or?
Okay, this is really an interesting question to me. I mean, I think that for many developers this can be different, but personally, what is most important in a title like Ride is being able to deliver the passion and that kind of connection that you can establish with the motorbike. I mean, especially in a video game, you're not actually on the bike. You're lacking that, that physical connection. So you have to work around that and to recreate that in some ways. And I believe that in Ride 3, if you take in account the wide selection of bikes, so for example, you will be able to find your very own ride, and the fact that you can customize that, and especially you can edit its aesthetic thanks to the livery editor, I really believe that you can reach that level of involvement with your own bike. For example, you can create a custom livery, and all of your friends can share it, download it, and put on your bike, and you can have your very personal crew of friends and ride together and experience that connection, that feeling. Or maybe you can work on your custom livery, share it with the community, and maybe while you are riding around with other players, by accident you may find that someone else is using your custom livery, and wow, that that it's really that's really a thing that it's now possible in Ride 3. So to me, it's all about the emotions, and I really feel that I really hope that all the two wheels lovers out there will be able to feel this love and passion that we try to put into the game.
Thanks for the interview. It was great.
Thanks to you, and I hope you will have fun with the game.